All right. You ever like feel stuck, like creatively? Like, I spent a lot of time getting to the point where I can feel like mentally adjusted, and even then, I'm like barely getting there. Um, but I'm like in a fortunate position where financially I'm okay. But creatively, I feel like incredibly unfulfilled, and that's very much I acknowledge like a first world problem. Um, I made a video on this channel not too long ago talking about how I was going to get back into doing videos and how I was going to start being creative. And then I would have a lot of starts and stops. Like maybe you've had this experience as well. Like after I had that spur of inspiration, I would spend time writing out ideas, drafting ideas. I had this really grandiose idea of like doing all these video essays and then all these creative, like fulfilling projects I had at the time. And then I didn't have the desire to do it anymore. Like I got that out of my system, and then I sort of moved on. Um, Not quite sure what happened. I had spent like maybe the past like 5, 7 years just being very career focused, like getting my graduate degree, networking, doing all this like professional stuff that I feel like that was like necessary and that I needed to do. Um, and albeit to like degrees of success here and there, one can argue that I haven't been very successful at all, but I think I got to a point where I'm like, okay. Um, and I wish I could be like my cohorts, my friends, who can like be fine with a 9 to 5. I'm in the design field. I should be like set, right? I should be happy doing something relatively creative, right? I could be doing literally anything else and not feeling creative, not feeling like at all, but it's like a emptiness. I feel, I filled the void a lot by hobbies. Like at this past year, I spent a lot of time getting into like competitive Pokemon trading card game, which has been like a blast, and I still have fun. I still will probably still continue to do it. But there's like a void that feels like unfulfilled creatively. Like I've done a lot of theatrical stuff since where I've done video stuff, since where I've done comedy stuff. And then in this past couple years, it's been sort of a dry spell doing a little bit of that here and there. I mean, of course, I had the podcast with Chris with Psych Papers that came to a sudden stop. And then this past year was just sort of figuring out like what do I do next? What is the next creative endeavor? And I would write ideas and I would try to figure out like what to do. I spent one day writing out a whole video essay specifically about anime that I wanted to do, and then the desire for it went away. Um, it sucks. Sucks like I'm not able to commit, and I like it's like a self fulfilling prophecy where like I where I don't do something, and then for long periods of time, I feel like, oh, I need to do something, and then I'll do it, and then I won't follow up. And how many times in my 20s have I spent writing up a script or a story, or even talking up about that, which is a very LA thing. You'll talk up your idea to somebody about this really cool idea you got, this new perspective you have on it. Then like you don't follow up, you don't do it. Um, and that's at the end of the day, if you don't do it, then you know there's no like whatever inner critic you have, whatever grandiose idea you have of how cool or perfect or amazing it would be, groundbreaking, whatever. If you don't do it, then what's the point? It just lives in your head, right? You don't do anything with it. Doesn't go anywhere. Um, and yeah, that's what this video is about. I just wanted to express that feeling or the idea or thought, um, and just do something. And this is me just doing it. I don't know. Maybe it'll lead to other ideas. Maybe it'll lead to something. But maybe I just needed like a kick in the pants to be like, I have an idea, or I want to make more videos. I want to like be more creatively fulfilled. What does that look like? I don't know. But this is me shooting on a very expensive camera that I bought with the intention of making stuff, which of course I didn't do it. So here we are.